PLAYERUNKNOWN'S Battlegrounds. This could be the ultimate battle royale game. After all, it is being made by the same person who made the original battle royale mod for Arma 2 and also the one that made it for Arma 3, and PLAYERUNKNOWN did help with the making of the H1Z1 King of the Kill. So there is a lot of experience there that could make Battlegrounds the ultimate version of battle royale. But what is Battlegrounds? Well, as I've just explained, the person who has made many of the successful Battle Royale mods for many other games is now making his own game with the help of a studio in South Korea called Bluehole. The game is currently being developed and it's unknown when the release date will be. And if you don't know what Battle Royale is, but I'm sure majority of you do, basically at the beginning, like you saw, all the players are in the plane, everyone parachutes out, and you have a full-on last man standing battle on the ground. And yeah, you just go around looting. There is different weapons, there is different medical items, attachments, and gear that you can pick up. The zone that you're allowed to fight in does shrink over time, and usually there is either gas or electricity in this game that will push you in towards that circle, and if you stay outside of the circle for long enough you will die. Also in Battlegrounds there are red zones. Red zones are what you saw at the beginning of the video, and you can see here on the map that I moved straight into a red zone and the whole area around me was getting bombed. That's because I was driving through a red zone. That zone will appear if you are outside of the circle and not in the fighting zone. It will kind of push you more towards the fighting zone. That is the basic summary of Battlegrounds and Battle Royale in general. So what type of content is in the game? Now keep in mind I did play a private alpha build that not everyone had access to. I was lucky enough to get a code for it and was able to play it for about 5 hours. But in those 5 hours I did see quite a bit of content, especially for an alpha. I'm sure when the game comes out it will even have more than what I saw in this alpha and in this build of the alpha, but there was a lot of content. We're talking a huge variety in weapons. You got rifles, pistols, snipers, submachine guns, shotguns, LMGs, all types of different weapons in the alpha build that I played, and there was many different attachments for those weapons, including different optics. There was also of course grenades, you got smokes, flashbangs, and just regular grenades, different clothing including different vests, helmets, and just different sets of gears that you can find in the world, backpack, stuff like that. A huge variety in vehicles, which I thought was pretty cool. I mean, for a game that was just an alpha when I played it here, there was a pretty good amount of variety in the vehicles. There was airdrops. Now the airdrops, if you guys don't know, pretty much a plane passes over, drops a loot box. In that loot box there is random loot, and usually it's a rare weapon or item. There is a medical system in the game. There is different medical items that do spawn. You got bandages and first aid kits. That's what I was able to find in this alpha build. And there is also a spectate mode and character customization. So yeah, quite a bit of content. In this video I'll be trying to cover most of it, starting with weapons, grenades, and attachments. So that right there was a quick taste for you guys of how the weapons look and sound, so you have an idea of how they are in this game. Overall, the looting is pretty quick. I mean, you should be able to find a weapon within the first or second building that you go into after parachuting in. Over there you just saw me pick up an attachment, which was an optic, a red dot for my weapon, and also a smoke grenade, which do spawn in buildings as well. You can see here how the red dot looks. I think it looks pretty good in this game. I love how the optics look. The red dot here I think is great. Again, here is a look at the list of weapons that they have shown. I'm assuming there will be more after the alpha, but this is what's in the alpha at the moment. You can see there is a few pistols, few shotguns, few different rifles, a few different SMGs, and even LMG there on the bottom, and a few different snipers. I like that they've gone through and added a lot of weapons in this game already. Just to have variety is amazing, and there is, like H1Z1 King of the Kill does lack variety in the weapons. I feel like I'm always seeing ARs, AKs, shotguns, or the sniper, and those are pretty much the main weapons in that game. I mean, you got about 4 weapons to switch in between, and then just the pistols. That's, not too much variety compared to what you see here, so it's great to see that. I love the variety, but let's move on and see what else we got. There is lots of gear in the game, including different clothing, helmets, vests, and backpacks. Things like gloves, hats, and boots are also available. Now, the interesting thing with the helmets and vests and backpacks is that they all come in different levels. So the levels go from level 1 to 3, and of course with the vests and helmets, from level 1, that's the least protection that you'll get with the helmet, and level 3 is the most protection you'll get. For example, a level 3 vest will help you survive a couple shots from small firearms. This gear, just like the weapons, can be found as you're looting through the buildings, and also in airdrops. I would assume that the higher level gear, like the higher level 3 vest and helmet, are items that you can get in those airdrops. Battlegrounds does have quite a few vehicles. The alpha had a couple which I ended up testing out myself, and they are still working on vehicles at the moment that will be in the game in the future. So there is a truck that will be in the game in the future. There is also a boat, which is very cool. There is also a sedan, and of course the buggy, which was in the alpha, but I didn't really get to test out that much. Overall, driving around in this game felt great on the road and off-road. There was no issues where I ever flipped the vehicle or anything like that. I didn't even flip any vehicles, and my driving isn't really that amazing, but yeah, it was good in that game. No issues with the vehicles at all. Didn't have them get stuck or get flipped over, which is quite good. There are airdrops in Battlegrounds. You'll hear the buzzing of the planes, and they will pass over and drop random crates which will contain some rare loot. I was lucky enough to see one here dropping in, and a player in a vehicle going to it. I'll let you guys watch and see what happens. So yeah, I was able to kill that guy and take the gear that was at the crate here and his stuff. I was able to find a sniper. I do believe there was an LMG here and also a vest that you saw there on the ground. So quite a few things in this crate. I do feel like these airdrops are awesome because they create some PvP and they bring people towards one area because obviously everyone wants the loot that's inside of them. So pretty cool stuff. Great to see these in. You can actually hear another plane passing over right there. That's the sound it makes, so it's very obvious sound. It will attract people, and you will have people looking up in the skies looking for those crates. There is a spectate mode in the game. You can use it to either spectate other players after you die, or you can just use the camera after you die to also fly around and kind of get a view from above. The spectate mode worked pretty well when I tried it out. There was one bug, and that was that the sound didn't work after you moved the camera a bit, and I'm sure that will be fixed in future builds. So here's what the map looks like. Now, playing during the matches that I played, like I said, for about 5 hours, I didn't feel like the map was ever too big or too small. I think they have got the size right here. It's pretty much one main island and then a smaller island with 2 bridges connecting them. So obviously the different vehicles do help out. You guys saw there's quite a few vehicles on this map, and they are adding a boat as well, so that will add more variety. You can go between the 2 islands on the boat as well. There is a lot of buildings on this map. Each and every yellow square right there that you see is a building. You can see some towns on there as well. The way they have everything spaced out, it doesn't really feel like that you go on for too long without seeing any buildings. There isn't a massive amount of open fields where you just don't see any kind of, you know, buildings. There is always at least a few houses nearby or even another town nearby. So I thought the map actually felt pretty good to play, and I think they have gotten the size here right. So as you can see, this is the character customization that was available in the alpha. There was quite a few things that you could change on your character. Now there is female and male characters in the game, and you can see here that you can change and customize every piece of clothing that your character is wearing. You can also see that there was a statistics tab at the top right. Now during the alpha I could not go to that, but I'm assuming when the game does release you will be able to check that, and you can see at the top left there is the number of wins you've gone and also the number of kills that you've gone. Alright guys, so that's gonna do it for this video. I do hope that this game does end up being great. I think this game has very good potential. PLAYERUNKNOWN'S Battleground I think is going to be a very good battle royale game, and I hope that we see improvements. There was a few things in the alpha. Obviously the gun mechanics could be improved a lot, and there was a few other bugs that of course they will be looking at this time after the alpha has ended, and they will be looking to, you know, fix before the game does release. Some people were talking about the game's graphics. Personally, graphics are not a huge thing for me. I thought the game actually looked okay. I mean, some people are complaining, but I thought the game actually looked okay. I have no issues with the graphics, and I thought even some of the fire effects, like when the vehicle was burning up and we were looking at it in the spectator mode, I thought that looked quite amazing. So I think the game will be amazing. I think it has high potential, and with the experience that PLAYERUNKNOWN has and with the team that he's working with, Bluehole in South Korea, this game does have a very good potential to be the ultimate battle royale game. So I guess my question to you guys is, will you be getting this game? Let me know your answer and thoughts down in the comments below. That was the second episode of Upcoming Games. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit that like if you did, and subscribe if you are new. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.